This Saturday night at 7 o'clock at Crescent Fort Rouge United Church, the ethereal, beautiful sounds of Winnipeg's premier women's choir, Spreedecker, will be heard performing their holiday concert that they're calling So Many Angels. Since their founding in 2012, the choir has traveled to Iceland, has had works composed for them, and has been a real gem on the Winnipeg choral scene. Joining me here over Zoom to chat about Esprit de Coeur's concert on Saturday night, So Many Angels, I am joined by their conductor and founder, Valdine Anderson. Hi, Valdine. It's nice to see you again.
Hey, Chris, it's good to be here.
Mhm. For those listeners unfamiliar with Esprit de Coeur, can you give us a little bit of background as to how the group was started?
Yeah, it was just a little project I wanted to put together with some of my singing students, and we just really enjoyed the experience of singing together. So after about 6 months or so, we just decided let's keep going, and the group grew from about 12 singers to I think we've actually had up to about 36 members, and so it's been a kind of a little roller coaster of singing happiness. So we have a
See,
good time together.
seeing happiness, that's great. Uh, the last time I saw you was back in 2019, and you were actually here in studio, and you were talking about the 2019 Christmas concert. A lot has happened since then. How did the choir cope with COVID? Did the group take some time off because of the lockdown? How did that work?
That's a really great question. And, we tried a few things. We tried some online rehearsals. We tried meeting periodically over the year, but eventually, I think people just felt not entirely satisfied with the Zoom experience for rehearsing. It's really not it's not the same at all, and we just decided to stop and resume again. Um, Once things were, allowing us to get together again. So, which happily happened this fall. So,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, so when exactly did the group start rehearsing again? And I imagine the choir was excited to get back at it, right?
yeah, it was really great. We started back in September, cautiously because. There were a lot of provincial health orders in place, and there still are, of course. And so we were, and again, nobody really knows where things are going. So it was a question of um, being careful. But it's amazing how quickly people adapted to sitting, with their own distinct space and with a mask on, and really sort of being in their own sort of little unit. But we were together, and people adapted and started to sing out. I think it's actually been really good for us, to hear our voices and be able to assess your blend while taking more responsibility for your part, because you are absolutely audible then. So.
Yeah, right. So you are socially distancing yourselves. You're sitting 6 feet apart and whatnot, right?
We are certainly doing our best to do that. So, yeah.
Hmm. How many singers are in the group for this concert coming up on Saturday?
This year we have 22.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah.
Amazing. Uh, I've seen the program. It looks like it's going to be really, really great. One of the things that I'm super excited about is you're going to be doing excerpts from the Vivaldi RV 589 Gloria. Can you tell us about that piece and about some of the highlights that you are going to be singing?
Yeah, it's such a great piece, and I was thinking we would just do a few excerpts from it, and it's so hard to stop once you get going on it. Sorry, I've got a kitten here who's pulling the house apart. Uh, so we just eventually we came up to doing 10 of the 12 movements, and we've added a couple of strings as well as a cello for the bass continuo, and we've got our piano part as well. And so I'm excited about it because I think the strings kind of add that authentic texture to it, and I don't know, it really just seems like the quintessential Christmas sort of sound. So it's so upbeat and so celebratory, and so we're loving the music. it was, and I feel really good about doing it. The arrangement that we have, of course, is an SATB. It's for mixed chorus, and we've
Right.
adapted it for a four-part women's choir. And I have no qualms about this because from the research I read, I think Vivaldi actually had it performed first by an all-girls um, ensemble because he wrote it while he was teaching at that all-girls orphanage in
The
Venice.
Ospedale della Pieta in
Exactly,
Venice.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And it is such a just a magical work. You're right. It's a perfect work for Christmas. The choir is also going to be doing some carols, including music written by Gwyneth Walker and some arrangements of some carols by Steve Smith. Can you tell us about how you discovered these carols and tell us a little bit about them?
I sure can. Gwyneth Walker, I just love her music. We've done works of hers many, many times. I first came across her music, hearing a choir sing "I Thank You, God," and it was just such an incredibly powerful piece that I check her out all the time to see what she has. And I found these, and they're wonderful. They have a really interesting sort of folky kind of sound to them, the way she's harmonized them. But they're well known carols, and so I think they'll be fun for the audience to hear. And the Three in White suite was written by Electro Women's Choir's pianist Stephen Smith. It was arranged by him, or they were arranged, and they're just "Let It Snow," "I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas," and oh, what's the third one? It's of course just "Let It Snow" and "Winter Wonderland." There you go. So they're fun. We've got percussion and flute in that one, and we've got one of the percussion instruments is marimba, and of course, it's
Oh,
just
beautiful.
going to have a little bit of a calypso tropical feel to it, which is really fun. And Stephen Smith is a great arranger and wonderful asset to the Vancouver music scene. So it's nice to be doing a work by him.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he's done arrangements for the Electro Women's Choir. Has he taken like the soprano one and soprano two parts and the alto one and alto two parts? Has he divided them up? Like, are there as many as eight voices, individual parts singing at the same time? What is the
Um,
arrangement like?
You know what? It is pretty dense at times. It's four part for sure, and sometimes it goes into six part. So it's lush and just a lot of fun. So it's the 6 minutes of just upbeat tunes that we all know. So it's really fun.
Oh, that's wonderful. And the price for the concert is certainly right. Can you tell us about how much it is to see the concert? And I'm presuming proof of vaccination and masks and all that stuff is going to be included as well, right?
Yeah, first of all, we weren't sure, whether this was going to be a concert that would be something we could really sell tickets to because everything's just been so unpredictable. So we thought we would just say admission is free and donations are gratefully accepted. We just really wanted to sing together and to just kind of get our wheels going again so that we can feel like we're back in motion again. So that's there is no admission charge. It's a free concert, but if anybody wanted to make a donation, they certainly could. We're also live streaming it to Facebook for people who cannot make it, or maybe our friends who aren't in Winnipeg. Certainly, there's going to be reduced capacity in the church because of trying to social distance. So we thought maybe we would do a live streamed recording of it as well. So those are some of the adaptations we're making due to this crazy time, and we are accepting proof of vaccination and asking people to wear masks the entire time. So this is, yeah, when we first started putting the concert together and talking about it, these seemed like things that would be hard to ask people to do, but this seems to be the norm now. And I think people are just getting on with it and going out now and trying to hear live music. And so I'm glad that we can make these adjustments and get on with life.
Yeah, it seems to be the way with a lot of arts organizations when they're putting on concerts. It's donation because they're just so happy to be getting out there and
Yeah.
performing. It's just great. Um, The last time I chatted, we were talking about a CD, and one of the things that I would love to do is get Esprit de Coeur on the air. And I was actually reminiscing a couple days ago about the times when the choir would come in to the studio when we were up the street, sort of pile in and cram in and produce these beautiful sounds. And hopefully we can get back to that. There was talk of a CD when we spoke back in 2019. What's going on with that? What's going on with that? Do you know or?
Oh, yes, I sure do. Yeah, we're it was in limbo for a little while, and we are so excited about the springtime. We've got a new work that we're commissioning by the composer Neil Wiesenthal. He's a Winnipeg composer, and he's going to be writing something for us about an 8 to 10 minute work for a pipe organ and women's choir. So we've got a fantastic organist from Toronto coming. I don't know if you maybe interviewed her perhaps when she performed with the Winnipeg Symphony. It's Sarah Svensson, and she did
Yes,
the
I think we
big,
did. Yeah.
yeah, organ concerto. She's wonderful, and um, her she happens to just be sort of available around the time that we are planning to do this. So we are going to perform at the end of April. Cross our fingers that all works, but that's the plan, and take it to Brandon after that, and then she'll fly home. But we're going to record that, and then do some record some other commissions that we had done previously. The one that we commissioned by David Scott for Iceland, and then by Glenn Sutherland in Vancouver. So we're hoping to get a CD of our commissions out this
Amazing.
spring. Yeah, yeah. If all if all things go our way. So.
Yeah. I mean, speaking as a music director here at the station, boy, it sure would be nice to hear Esprit de Coeur on the air on a somewhat regular basis. That's for
Oh,
sure.
yeah. Oh, we would just be so honored and love that so much. So.
Valdine, the concert this Saturday night sounds just amazing. Once again, for our Classic 107 listeners, it's taking place this Saturday night at 7 o'clock at Crescent Fort Rouge United Church. It's by donation. It's just a great way to kick off the holiday season. Valdine, once again, thanks so much for taking the time to chat with me today.
Oh, it was really fun. Thanks for having me, Chris.
Thank you.